driving to the Philadelphia airport, which is about an hour 45 from me, and getting a direct flight. So let's get to it.
The day is done. I got here. I went to dinner with my dad. We had some smoked meat, which is a Montreal delicacy, which was very, very good. I managed to do my flight today without taking a sedative, which was a big deal for me. Tomorrow I'm gonna head downtown into the city with my mom, go to a bookstore or two, and eat some really good food. So I'm excited. Exploring downtown Montreal today. We just had really delicious Malaysian and Indonesian food. Oh, so good. And we are then going to go hit up a few other places, including some bookstores. So stay tuned. To my favorite bookstore. Indigo. The pianist is amazing, and that happens regularly when you come here. There's almost always someone playing the piano, which is awesome. And plus, the sci-fi and fantasy section is really, really good. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what they got.
today we're about to go to my local bookstore when I was growing up here. I'm excited. It's big. I haven't been in a little while, so it's been a few years since I was there. I'm excited. Let's stay tuned. Hey friends, so yesterday ended up being kind of an intense day. Mom and I went to the bookstore, which was really great, but then when we got home, there was this crazy tropical storm happening all day long, and Montreal got flooded like pretty significantly. So I spent the entirety of my evening helping get rid of the water. It was gushing into my parents' basement, which was really fun. We did that for about 4 hours until I finally trekked outside, where water was about 1.5 feet deep, almost 2 feet deep, and started bailing it into trash cans to try to get the water away from the house because it was cascading down the walls. So that was the thing. But today took it easy, which was so nice because, as is the norm post one of these crazy storms, it was gorgeous outside today. I think in Fahrenheit terms, it was about 73 to 75. In Celsius terms, I think we didn't get higher than 24 today. It was so gorgeous, and we had a really nice breeze. But yesterday, I bought more Joe Abercrombie because they carry these covers in Canada for ridiculously cheap compared to what they are in the States. And they have really nice gilding on them, and I ended up paying $20 Canadian, which the exchange rate is so bad right now that it's about 14 US per book. And when I looked online on Amazon for these, it was telling me it was going to be close to 70 for all 3 books. So I ended up paying about 45 for the 3 instead. I ordered one because they didn't have Last Argument of Kings, but the other one's wrapped so it can go in my suitcase. But tonight I'm going out to dinner with my brother and my sister-in-law. We're going to a Cajun restaurant, which I love, which I'm really excited about. And now I gotta get ready. Friends, it's another day. I just woke up. It's really nice to wake up slowly. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. Today we're gonna go to another bookstore. It's the same one I was at last time. I'm gonna bring my sister-in-law and show her some books that I think she would like. I am going to go to our local mall and get a few things. Specifically, I want to get some Team Canada gear because I couldn't really order it without trying it on to the States. I just want to see. So I'm going to do that today. I've only got like 2 days left. It's going by really quickly, as most trips do, but it's been really good so far. And I haven't read at all since getting here, but I have been writing a bit, which has been nice, just to have some time to edit, immerse myself, have some quiet. That I think has been the biggest thing this whole trip, is just having quiet. Any parent, I think, will tell you that once they are a parent, their life is just loud 95% of the time, especially with a toddler. So I've been definitely appreciating having it be calm, quiet most of the time. It's just been nice to be able to hear myself think. So that's been really good. But all in all, gonna have a good day. Go from there. Hey friends, got my Team Canada gear here. We're gonna be going to a children's store today, a children's bookstore called Babar, which I love so much. So it's in this really cute little area called Point Claire Village. And I'm excited, so I'll show you when we get there.
bookstore was closed due to the flooding that happened, which really sucks. So we're back at our big bookstore. I'm looking for a stuffed animal for my kid, and we found one. Hello guys, it's the end of my trip. I can't believe it. I'm heading home today. A week goes by so quickly, which I think is what I said at the beginning of this video. I knew it was gonna go by really fast. This is my fun living room area at my parents' where everything is kind of in flux since they redid their house. But I had a really good week, was able to get some rest in, even though I might not look totally rested, but you know, that's life with a toddler. Most of the time you're not really rested. And Montreal had crazy flooding, like horrific flooding, which really, I'm grateful I was here because I was able to help my parents. But even, we estimate we emptied probably 500 to 700 gallons of water over the course of 4 hours. And we got away lucky compared to a lot of other people on the western part of the island, which is where my family lives. I don't even know what the flooding was like on the east end of the island, but overall, the flooding impeded a couple of things that we were going to do, specifically going to the children's bookstore, which I was so excited about because we didn't get to go last time because I had COVID and I didn't leave the house when I got here. And when we went the previous time, my baby was just a baby. And the previous time before that, we found books there a few days after we had settled on her name. So we love that store. It's a really special place for us. And we're hoping that they'll recoup as quickly as possible because they were pretty heavily damaged, it seems, which is always so heartbreaking when something is a staple of a community and things beyond your control intercede, and this is where we are. So I only ended up buying 3 books because I have a carry-on and a backpack, and I knew I was going to be bringing certain things home in terms of clothing because I went shopping while I was up here. Because hot tip for people that want to get some clothes if they're traveling, the Canadian dollar is significantly less than the American dollar, and places like Lululemon like to charge the same amount American that they do Canadian. So I saved quite a bit of money of doing a little bit of shopping up here. But either way, got my 3 books. The last one came in last night. I'm gonna be getting some more shelves in my dining room at home, so I will showcase those there. I'm excited for that. Had really great food while I was here. We ended up going for, I know I've said it on here before, I typically don't eat much meat, especially because my husband is a pescatarian, so at home I eat no meat basically other than fish. But smoked meat is a Montreal staple, which is one of the foods I grew up with, so we went for that a couple of times while I was here. I found a gluten-free cafe yesterday and went back this morning and had an egg sandwich for lunch and breakfast, which was so good. I have had Indonesian and Malaysian food and Cajun food, and Montreal's just got the best food. Like, you can never ever go hungry up here, which is just so great. I love it so much. The weather was gorgeous. It felt like, other than our torrential storm day, but it felt like the beginnings of fall. I actually saw a tree turning orange this morning. It was just a really restorative, soulful trip for me, which is something I desperately needed. I needed time away. I needed time by myself. I needed time to be reflective, to miss my family. Because I think a lot of the time for stay-at-home moms especially, you're just inundated with motherhood all the time, and it's very hard to get separation. So having that time, that break, is just so key, so important. I'm going to be heading to the airport in a few hours. My mom is coming back with me. I hate flying, as I believe I've articulated on here, so I'm already dreading it. Thankfully, it seems like the weather is going to be decent today. The turbulent sight checker is telling me that it's going to be very minor, so I'm hoping that's the case. I just feel so dizzy after I fly. I'm not sure what it is. I have a lot of issues with my vestibular system from concussions, and honestly from before that. I've had vestibular migraines since I was a kid. Hi everybody, I'm home. I've been home for about 24 hours. sorry, this has kind of gotten away from me a little bit, as a lot of YouTube and BookTube has for me lately, but just kind of wanted to give a little bit of a reflection on my trip. The plane ride home yesterday was great for the first 30 minutes, and then the last 30 minutes were not great, so that was really fun. The Philadelphia airport is a thing for people who are trying to get to long-term parking, so that was an event for me. But the drive home ended up being really easy, so that was good. Felt weird to kind of be back in my normal routine today, to be back in a more rural area now. Just kind of settle back in. My mom's here with me, so she's getting to hang out with my daughter, which is really nice, so they can have time to bond and to be. But all in all, I had a really good trip. I want to just kind of talk about a few of the places that I went, because there are little clips along the way. So the first place we went to was Smoked Meat Pete's, which is in Arepera, and then the following day we went to, I want to make sure that I get the name right. I think it's Satu Lagi. Yeah, it's Satu Lagi. That was the Indonesian and Malaysian restaurant that we went to, where we had the fried chicken and rice, and it was so good. We then also went to Arepera de Plateau, which is arepas, but we just had the mango juice and the cassava fries, which was delicious. We stopped by Humble Lion Cafe downtown in the city, which was great. I ate at Bistro Nolah, which is a Cajun restaurant in Dollard on the island of Montreal. And over the course of the next few days, I ate at McDonald's a couple times, because the poutine in Canada is gluten-free, and that's always something that I like to indulge in a little bit while I'm there. And we ate at Cafe Marmelade, which is where I got the sandwich in Point Claire Village. Ended up going back the next day because I liked it so much. But I just had a really good trip. None of the places made me sick, which if you've got celiac disease or a gluten intolerance, you know, planning your trips involves food research, and it is daunting and terrifying when you know that anything can make you sick at any given time, basically. So, want to report that I had no ill reactions, and I am the most sensitive celiac, so there's that. I came home with my 3 books. I am still so heartbroken that I didn't get to go to Babar, but apparently they're going to be opening again on Saturday, August 17th, so we're really excited for that. I want to make sure that they continue to be successful and thrive. But yeah, all in all, that's the vlog. I'm hoping to come out with my video in the next few days, maybe next week. I might not shoot too far ahead about everything I read in July. But if you like this video and this type of style of vlog, let me know by leaving me a comment down below. Give a thumbs up. If you're new here, I normally talk about books, writing a little bit, so that's kind of my jam. If you would like to hit follow along and to keep up to date and hit that little bell, you can always do that too. Or if you'd like to even further to support the channel, you can consider joining our Patreon, where we have monthly book reads and fun discussions and hangouts. That's always an option as well. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.